So before we get into this, let me acknowledge that I am always learning from this series and that I'm not an expert in interpreting the series. But this is the one that was shown last, number 17 in the series, called Fallout. And in it, we discover there are three forms of revolt in society. And the form of revolt that you're looking at now has come from number 2, who was killed, and he's going to be resuscitated in this episode. But the three forms of revolt are sort of anti-establishment, the youth, we'll meet them in just a minute, and then the establishment that doesn't like something, and then there's the complete and total individual who's not necessarily part of the youth movement or even the establishment. And that would be Patrick McGowan, who I suppose in this final episode is going to become number 1. And that surprises me too, because I've been saying all along number 1 is the devil. And if you look at all the prior episodes, my statement number 1 is the devil, that seems to make the most sense in all of this. But I think that Patrick McGowan is trying to tell us that the answer to all of this in the hoax-lie system, in the powers that be, is to just be an individual. Be yourself and stand above it. Stand above the movement of the youth in their form of rebellion. Stand above the form of the establishment and its rebellion. And just be yourself and live life. So that's my take on it, and I'll talk a little more about it as we go on. This is number 2, who's eventually going to be resuscitated.
Resuscitate! Revolution! Get him out! Key!
So you just saw the butler bow to McGowan, number 6. So this is some type of coronation ceremony whereby there's going to be a celebration of the fact that the way out of all of this mess, the mess of the village, is to simply be totally, completely an individual and not fall into the conformity of society and not fall necessarily into the emphasis on rebellion by the youth. Now keep in mind, this would have been shown, I believe, in either 67 or 68, in which there was a lot of turmoil and there was a great deal of protesting coming from the youth in the late 60s. So this episode would have been a little bit peculiar to many people. In fact, on the cover of the DVD here, they mention that a lot of people went to McGowan's house. They were upset with him because of the speeches that were given. So he represents the establishment, doing everything society's way, but yet still not pleased. One form of rebellion or revolt. To work to change society from within.
Revolt can take many forms. And here we have 3 specific instances. Number 48. Thanks for the trip, Dad. Be grateful for the opportunity of pleading your case before the assembly. Baby, what a crazy scene! Collarbone's connected to the neck bone, and the neck bone's connected to the head bone. Now hear that? Number 48! Them bones gonna walk around. Them bones gonna walk around. Number 48! Them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them bones. Them dry bones, them bones, them bones. Dry bones. Now hear that boy on the load. Them bones, gonna walk around. Them bones, them bones. Order! Release him! Walk around. Release him! On the load. Disconnected him for... Youth, with its enthusiasms, which rebels against any accepted norm because it must, and we sympathize. It may wear flowers in its hair, bells on its toes. But when the common good is threatened, when the function of society is endangered, such revolts must cease. They are non-productive and must be abolished. Number 48. Hear the word of the Lord. Hip bone, connected to the backbone, and the backbone connected to the head bone, and the head bone connected to the head bone. Hear that word of the Lord. Connected to the backbone.
So that represents in the Bible Ezekiel chapter 37, whereby the dry bones come together and form a whole new Israel. So the youth is trying to lead a revolution to bring everybody together in a different sort of way. And of course the emphasis on music. And at this particular time in the 60s, rock music is coming to fruition, and it's taken hold on many of the youth. And so it represents a threat to society. Now keep in mind there's 3 forms of revolt, and this is one of them, the sort of anti-establishment. Number 2, who is going to be resuscitated, represents a form of revolt from within. And then there's the third form, which is just basically separating yourself from all of it and say, I'm going to be an individual and I'm not going to conform to what I'm told to conform to. I'm not necessarily promoting the establishment. I'm just living my life as an individual. Individualism over corporatism. So I believe that is the emphasis. And Patrick McGowan represents the victory of just being an individual. But right now we are seeing the so-called rebellion or revolt of the youth who love their music, and this is going to be calmed or squelched as Patrick McGowan will make a pronouncement that sort of everything is okay. They're harmless. They just love their music. They love their different dress forms and things like that. Keep in mind it's the 60s, and the rock generation is emerging.
Young man. Give it to me again.
Don't knock yourself out.
Give me the rest.
Young man.
I'm bone all over. Sir, we thank you for your kindly intervention, but fear that such familiarity is not in keeping with procedure. We must maintain the status quo. Now, number. Here's the course. Naturally, it would expedite matters. Very well. Your places. Sir, it would appear that temporarily we may use the new form of address in order to bring these proceedings to an early and satisfactory conclusion. Those in favor? Carried. We are obliged. Sir.
No mention of Dad.
So once again, the enthronement of the individual who's not angry at the protesters of youth emerging at this time in the sort of late years of the 60s, not angry at them, not necessarily joining them, but just saying, I'm an individual, and just leave them alone. So this form of revolt is not really a form of revolt in the eyes of the one who's seated on the throne, which is Patrick McGowan, or number 6.
Young man.
You got a message.
I just got it.
What give?
You've never been with it, I mean with us.
I'm gone away.
But you were here, then you went and gone.
Got the word?
Oh, yes, yes.
Right like that. Got the sock.
Time.
The light.
Light?
The message.
Then you went and gone.
Why?
Give it to me, baby.
That's it.
Give me the rest.
Give all you want to give. That's it.
That's it.
And take.
That's it.
Takes all you want.
That's it.
Take.
That's it.
Take.
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 So I think this represents the idea that now the youth, or this so-called form of rebellion, can have some type of positive influence on society, and eventually the judge is going to start swinging and singing.
Now you're hot.
I'm alone.
Give it to me, baby. Confess.
Oh, Dad, I'm your baby, Dad. You owe your baby something, Daddy.
Confess.
The bones is yours, Dad. They came from you, my daddy.
Confess. Now you're hip.
Hip. Dad. Hip.
Confess.
And a hip boo.
Confess. Confess.
Head and thigh bone.
Confess.
Shin bone, knee bone.
Confess.
Backbone, all yours, Dad.
Confess. Knee bone.
Ziggle, crack, and dry bones, ziggle, crack, and dry bones, ziggle, crack, and dry bones. Now hear the word of the Lord. Ziggle, crack, and dry bones, ziggle, crack, and dry bones, ziggle, crack, and dry bones. Now hear the word of the Lord. Footbone connected to you, footbone, your footbone connected to you, heel bone, your heel bone connected to you, ankle bone, your ankle bone connected to you, leg bone, your leg bone connected to you, knee bone, your knee bone connected to you, thigh bone connected to you, hip bone, your hip bone connected to you, backbone, your backbone connected to you, shoulder bone connected to you, neck bone, your neck bone connected to you, head bone, hip. And hear the word of the Lord.
Guilty. Read the charge.
The prisoner has been charged with the most serious breach of social etiquette. Total defiance of the elementary laws which sustain our community. Questioning the decisions of those we voted to govern us. Unhealthy aspects.
So if you notice, then it shifts back to the whole idea of somebody questioning the way things are, questioning the decisions of those that we voted to govern us. How dare they do this, all right? And then, by the way, they don't really look like us. They've changed their dress as the rock generation or hippie generation is emerging and dressing completely different than the establishment at this time. And we could talk a lot too about the duality, especially in the face mask of black and white, meaning being under the power of mystery religions. And mystery religions have dominated and controlled all societies. And Western people, because they've been taught science, completely rule out the idea of being governed by demonic forces. So this represents the youth and its form of, quote, rebellion. So I'll let this play for another minute or two, then I have to conclude because my time is running out on my camera.
Of speech and dress not in accordance with general practice, and the refusal to observe, wear, or respond to his number.
Sir, you approve the proceedings.
I note them.
Sir, I take it you have no comment at this stage.
Not at this stage.
Then the accused will be held in place of sentence.
So one of the big accusations against the youth is they don't function as a number. And of course, the whole series with Patrick McGowan and so-called number 6 is to fight this idea. As Patrick McGowan cries out in the opening and throughout the series, "I'm not a number, I'm a free man." So the youth got something right. They're not to be a number. Now, we're going to talk about the inauguration. And that's a weird term because it comes from Roman system of augurus, approving of an elected official. So this is a little bit strange, using that term for Patrick McGowan, but it might seem to indicate that no matter what you do, the system is still under the power of witchcraft. And an augurus was someone who understood divination and who approved of the elected official in the Roman system and was present in a ceremony to say the spiritual realm approves the physical realm. Now that word, you can look it up, inauguration. I'm going to have to stop, so thank you for watching, and this concludes the video.